Mr. Fearless, how are you feeling about today's game?
I'm feeling good today. Feel confident and feel that I'm going to play well.
Nico, Erasmus, you actually look the part as well. I can see you've got a new haircut. Is that in preparation for the TV cameras?
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, well, you played extremely well last week. This week you're going against Nsovo. Nsovo lost all his games last week. How does that position you for today's game?
Last week that he lost doesn't matter. New game, new day, anything can happen on the table. So yeah, I'll just play my best.
So you know that you're definitely going to be quite on form. You're going to have to get an early lead to try and take it away from Nsovo.
Definitely, yes.
Anything, I mean, you've watched a golden break now. Is that what you're aiming for? Did you practice for it?
No, I don't break on the second ball. I break from the front, so no.
So what, no hope?
You just get 1 point with a break and finish, you get two. So go for break and finishes.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Wishing you absolutely everything of the best in your game. Thank you very much. Nsovo Mathonsi. Nsovo, you've got so much to prove in today's matchup. How are you feeling about this game?
I don't know what to say, but I'm actually looking forward to today's match. Last week was a disaster class, but it's one to learn from. And yeah, looking forward to today's game. It's going to be a mountain to climb from last week. But yeah, I think I'm expecting a little bit better from myself. Yeah.
What in particular are you changing about your game from last week to this week? Is there anything specific?
Firstly, I'm changing something that I didn't want to change. So my cue actually broke 2 days back. I had to change my cue. So that's a big thing. Hopefully this one brings me good luck, you know. And also I played a little bit on the table during the week. So I'm hoping that works in my favor, because last week it was a bit difficult with the cushions and stuff, like just adjusting to the table. But yeah.
Well, we want to see you get points on the board. Well done, or wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your sprints?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and this is now another interesting evening where we're seeing the head-to-head statistics between Nico Erasmus and Nsovo Mathonsi. You can see that they both played a match. Nico won one match, Nsovo did not win. 6 frames won by Nico. Nsovo did not bring a frame. 75% win frame, and no break-in finishes by both players. So all to play for. 6 points on the side of Nico and 0 for Mathonsi. Is Mathonsi going to come up and redeem himself tonight? Mathonsi is ranked number 8 at this point in time, and Nico Erasmus is ranked 4th. Who wanted the most, guys? Who wants to redeem himself? Is Nico going to get onto the table and get off the blocks quicker, or is it going to be Nsovo? Please drop down the comments and tell me who will end up victorious tonight. Soweto's Nsovo Mathonsi up against Nico Erasmus from the West Rand with love.
Yeah, Nsovo has quite a few accolades, actually raised in Soweto. He's 2 times South African champion, under 18 and under 23. His favorite player, France Mathe. I think the guys will look at lagging in just a moment. He's also former world under 23 number 1 ranked. World team under 23 champions, former Open SA's number 1 as well. Lag, let's just watch the lag, see who gets it. Looks like it's Nico winning the lag. I wonder if the guys practice the lags.
Yeah, it's a key component of the game, the leg, because, you know, if you're good at breaking, the legs will always... There we see a replay of their leg with Nico on the left and Nsovo on the right. Look at...
Straight ball from Nico.
Yes. So we've seen Nico win leg, so he's going to be breaking to start the proceedings. I mean, we're joined by the likes of Makasana, Casimento, as well as Anele, who says Nsovo all the way. So we're going to get to see who will win this encounter here. The contrast in styles, Clive, will play a key role. Nico is all attacking. Mathonsi, it's more of a methodical player.
Absolutely. Nsovo has a lot to prove. I like Mr. Fearless hairstyle. He came nice and prepped up for this TV match today. He's from Krugersdorp.
Yeah.
Dry. It was a dry break.
There we've seen the replay of the break brought to you by Vision View TV as well as Cuesports Africa Media. This is the SPL, guys. And what are your thoughts on, the look and feel of the venue and the playing conditions? This is one that goes to Africa and beyond, because both these players started playing out from a very young age. They took part in the junior tournaments and did well in the junior circuit.
Yeah, Nico is a double SA champ, under 18 and under 23 in 2010. Also SA Open finalists, runner-up at the World Champs in under 23 in 2011. First seed at the Worlds 2011. So very distinguished players. Also a Pro-Tier player in most Cuesports. 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, Blackball, 8-ball. Wow.
Nico is an
amazing.
all-rounder from what you just echoed to us right now, Clive.
Absolutely. Not a lot of players play all the games and specialize in all of them. He's clearly one of them. His favorite player is Tom Cousins.
The top cat. That's what Tom Cousins is known as.
Tomcat, yes. Last week he beat Thai 6-2, so it was a very convincing lead. So this is definitely a great matchup between Nsovo, Mathonsi, and Nico Erasmus.
And what I seem to like with Nico's approach is he's just that one player that never holds back from releasing his top arsenals,
Great shot, very confident shot, great positioning on the yellow for top pocket, taking the ball out of trouble.
Yeah. The key thing about this frame is he needs to finish more towards the right side pocket because of the positioning of that third yellow, which is almost by the Hainsworth path of the table. He might just be forced to change his pattern here, Clivey.
It's not the most comfortable of shots, but he does it exceptionally well. Unfortunate with the positioning.
What is he going to come up with, Mr. Fearless?
It's going to have to be a TV shot.
Oh, he missed the second keys on the red for the center pocket. That could have been a daring shot.
That being said, lots of pressure on Nsovo for this frame.
What a landing there by Nsovo. Is he going to draw first blood tonight? It was last week where he messed it up with an easy path to the first frame, and that set him back badly, Clivey.
Last week he was very unfortunate. White ball let him down in terms of the fouls that he had. White ball going into the pockets. Gave lots of two shots last week.
Right. Now he's going for the key ball. that can set him up for victory in this first frame. And I'm just worried about the amount of angle that he's actually left himself on, because that is a big determining factor. Is he going to roll it nicely? Yes, he is going to do that. Wow, what a shot.
Brilliant
by
positioning.
Nsovo.
This is the Supa Pro League Premier Division, powered by Sombhani group of companies. Some of the other sports, other sponsors: Cuesports, Africa Media, also Nuke's Creative, Rogues on Radio, and the Dive Club. Billiard Café, also one of the sponsors.
This time he made sure.
First frame this would be in this tournament, in this competition, in this league for Nsovo.
And
he
he
gets the
breaks
encouragement of the
his
crowd
duck
as well.
finally.
You can see Chantal supporting him.
He's finally
The lady
broken
with
his duck.
subtitles on
You
her
can see the
face.
reaction from the crowd tells you that he has put 1 point down. Yeah.
I think the pressure is
What a
definitely on
relief.
Nico now.
What a relief from Nsovo there.
Definite. This could turn his game around. Lovely to see, but also lovely to see everyone getting involved. Let us know on the stream what your thoughts are.
Yeah, we got Tommy Jabavu, you know, TJ from Soweto with love, as well as Raja Naidu, you know, the #1 ranked master player in the world, following us. He will be involved in a massive 50,000 rand match this weekend, you know. And good to have the Tiger following on the stream. Guys, this is not easy. Milton's okay from the Val. Would it be nice to see the Val represented, or maybe hosting one of the matches or the leagues? You know, it could be Division 1, Division 2, 3, or 4. You know, we're looking out for clubs or venues to come on board, and let's help expand the product and the project of SPL.
Lots of thought and preparation went into creating this SPL. And as they say, proof is in the pudding. You can see it. So it's just going to grow from strength to strength.
Yes, he needs to roll nicely into that center. Get a nice stun.
Tommy
Just to screw back
Jabavu,
to almost where he is at the moment, then he can be able to go into the center pocket. What a great
Brilliant
shot,
shot.
yeah. What a response
Nico's got a lot to play for.
in waiting by Nico. Can he be able to keep a hold on the shot here or use? He changed. He could have just used the other cushion on the other side and then come back and then be able to finish. Fancy, fancy. What do you make of Nico's approach there, guys, on the 2 clinical balls to finish the frame?
He's going to be upset with himself. I was saying earlier that Tommy Jabavu was played with him once, and he was absolutely inspirational because he was doing lots of coaching as well. And that's why the game of pool is something that's extremely inclusive.
Yes. There's lots of factors to this game, you know. It's the amount of time and passion that you give to the game that rewards you ultimately.
And the
You
good
know-
players are not hesitant in terms of playing with the average players. I'm calling myself average, Prince. I'm not calling you average.
Yeah, thanks to the man on the stream here, that is Raja Naidu, you know. He gave out very good piece of advice to me when we were at the World Champs in Bridlington. And he said to me, the best manner of playing this game is to be able to put your opponents into positions where they need to be able to pull, championship shots against you to beat you,
And so
They're going to be
wanna,
above average in going about the finishes.
And Nsovo's going to want to finish this frame. How would you go about this frame, Prince?
Exactly the way he goes about it, that is Nsovo, to be able to just put a little bit of drag. Whoa. I think he's left him on. He's left him on. Still on the table, that ball went down. Nsovo. For a second, it looked like that ball was going to hang there, Clivey.
It did.
Very nice shot that he's got to leave himself here.
I think Nsovo's got just in terms of this matchup up until this point, he's the underdog. So he's obviously got lots of supporters for now.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to screw back. Yes, that's what he did.
In
To
no
be
uncertain terms, he's definitely not an underdog. It's just that last week he couldn't find his game.
Yes,
And you mentioned that he's playing with a new cue, eh?
yes.
That
He
was
lost
the
his
inspiration.
playing cue earlier this week, but he said to me, Mr. Moraka, this is a cue that I used back in 2014. 11 years later, I'm back on that cue.
Wow. Brilliant finish there by Nsovo.
We got Neil Jacobs following on the stream here tonight as well. Good evening, Neil. What do you make of that miss
Nico's
there
missed
by
opportunity.
Nico, which seemed to be elementary,
Nsovo now in the driving seat. Well, he'll be very appreciative of this two-head start.
We also have watching on the stream here Denver Mahabir. One day he's recovered well from the flu bug that had him down for the better part of last week. Thanks to have you, Mr. DM, and one of the players that just made it into the SPL in the playoffs this past weekend. Yeah.
He did actually quite well in the SPL, Denver.
Yeah.
Awesome player.
Yeah. Look at that break there. And a massive pot into that center pocket. So likelihood of a finish exists here. The big question is he going to go yellow balls or red balls, because they both at a canter.
Red looks easier to me, Prince.
He had a lengthy period of snookering himself last week.
Yes. So he'd be cautious about that.
Yeah. What do you make of his confidence tonight? Because he seems to be having his chest nicely out today. So that executes a little bit of confidence as well.
He must have gone to the gym today, Prince. He must have gone to the gym.
Yeah. You need anything, Clive, when it's not working out, You need solutions, because you only have a turnaround time of 7 days for this.
I did, and I'm only really a commentator.
Yeah. Let's see how he lands onto that key ball that is by the cush. That is a key ball. Yeah, so let's
If
get
you
to
want to
see.
know, sorry, Prince, if you want to know more about the SPL, you can go to www.supaproleague.com. SUPA, spelled as SUPA, www.supaproleague.com. And so we're doing a fantastic job, as you can see, Prince.
powered by Sombhani Group of Companies. This is a key shot for Nsovo because he needs to screw back to almost where he is right now to be able to have a finish with the red ball to the right inside corner and the black to the left inside corner.
I think you were right earlier, Prince, when you said you are as good as the last game you played.
Yeah.
And Nsovo is showing us exactly why he's part of this Premier Division.
Yes. You can see that he's polished his stroke for this particular week. On the last ball, Nsovo. This was the
Brilliant
area
shot.
he was struggling with last week. His stunned shots, you know.
Great finish there by Nsovo, winning this 3 games to 0.
And the luxury of breaking. Remember that this is a winner breaks format. So if you are potent with your breaks and you keep winning the frames, you could easily race to a 6-0 lead before the opponent even knows about it.
I wonder what's going through his mind. Look at the excitement he has on his face. One of
Great
the most humble
excitement,
guys
yeah.
in pool I know. I think the audience is going to end up doing a Mexican wave over here.
Ethan Chetty, the killer lighty, he's watching all the way from KZN. You got the luxury of seeing Ethan Chetty right here at Billiard Café last week, Clivey, alongside Jeremiah Naidu.
Yeah, both spectacular players.
Dry break. It seems like a yellow party is on here. Look at it. Look at that red here for the. There's been like potential to drop one ball by the center pocket, missed out on all 3 occasions. It's all about this shot here that Nicky is going for here.
I think Nico would want to get on the scoreboard now. He's not had too many missed opportunities by Nsovo, and I think that's what Nsovo is doing differently to what he did last week.
Yes. The red just past the center pocket to the top corner. It's definitely Nico's last shot to set up for the black. He is examining the yellow to the right hand side corner if it goes, because if it does go, it will make the finish twice easier for him. The coach, Rafik Lembada, was here with us earlier on tonight and is following on the stream. We got the likes of Bango Lekalakala in the venue tonight. Let's see the shot. What a shot by Nico there. He needs to be able to stand to the left-hand side corner.
Do you think he can go for a finish here, Prince?
Yes, he just needs to stand on that ball there.
And he does it
He
well.
needs a slight roll onto the one by the center. This is a dicey one in that he needs to be able to get a follow-through effect upon potting this yellow to be able to see the black for the opposite center pocket. What a finish by Nico.
Brilliant.
Classic finish. Break and finish live is also following on the stream here. I wonder where is Sonia tonight? There we see a replay coming up shortly of how he set up for the last. There we've seen that replay, a massive black ball that he took down to the center pocket. He's confident is sky high now after that finish, Clivey.
That would have definitely settled his nerves, no doubt.
About to break, Nico.
Dropped a red on the break.
Yes. Let's look at the table and we examine what's available to Nico. If the red to the bottom pocket goes, then he surely will take red balls.
I'm thinking it's in favor of red, Prince.
Most definitely the reds are the well-placed balls here. He will need to take the red to the bottom last. Great hold to come up for the two corner pocket balls.
And if he does break and finish, then he gets one extra point on the board.
He was not very much cautious about his landing here because, you know, when you're on a potential finish of this magnitude, you need to avoid kissing a lot into balls.
It's difficult to position the white ball where you want it to go.
See? Yes. All because of where
And
he ended up here. Then we see Nsovo visiting the table, a table which that is now Shani saying goodbye, you know, and Shane play after a brilliant performance tonight, and good to be back in winning saddle for Shane and the family that supports him so much in his pool career. He played the litmus test ball out, but this has kind of like opened things up for Nsovo. He only has the one yellow that is closer to the red by the top left-hand corner, you know. That is the only ball that he's going to be thinking about, otherwise there is potential for a finish.
He'd be wanting to get up there on the scoreboard so that he's a contender. And to be fair, he was one of the front runners when we started this league. So it was a massive upset last week.
Yes. Massive upset that was. Nsovo wanting to edge his opponent away from having control of this frame here. So this is a massive frame because this could be the swinger frame, you know, difference between 3-2 and 4-1. That's why Nico is going a lot faster at releasing his balls and giving the pressure back to Nsovo. Now he's got two balls patched next to that red on the left-hand side corner, Clive.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenging frame, and he does it very well in taking one of the two out. Prince,
Yes.
he listened to you as coach.
Yes. Wayne Parker here, one of the players in the SPL, says, well done to all watching, working in the background, making the event a good success. All the small people not inside, it takes a special team to get it right. Thank you, Wayne Parker. How is that for a shot? This could be a key shot towards potentially finishing this dicey looking frame.
Yeah, what didn't look like he could have a finish, now it looks like he could.
Yeah.
Just because of his great white ball movement.
Let's see how Nsovo goes about it, yeah. Oh, great landing, great landing. Because from this very shot, he's got an opportunity to be able to get position for the key yellow, which is the one closest to the red on the opposite corner pocket. It would be interesting to see how he goes about that, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you watching this great matchup from? Please give us a shout.
Just by the way, you can subscribe to the newsletter as well. Stay ahead of the game. You can sign up for the SPL newsletter on our website, www.supaproleague.com.
.com, yeah. So yes, Hopes Etoba here wanting to know who beat Nsovo last week. It was Lucas Venter.
Yeah, in the league, Lucas is on fire.
Lucas is the current leader, as he won tonight as well. So yeah, it's gonna really take a special player to be able to brush aside Lucas, because it seems like he's prepared himself very well for this Supa Pro League. What a shot. What a shot that was.
Brilliant.
Natural landing in store here to come for the last yellow. It needs margins of precision to be able to pull it off.
They only have 45 seconds on the clock for their shot, but they are allowed to ask for one extension in each frame.
Yes. What he is examining at this point in time is to see if he plays a drag shot to try and take his last yellow into the center pocket. Will he get it exactly right? That's what he was looking at. Oh yes, what a shot. So he looked at both available options and he decided that, you know, the one for the center pocket needed you to land just there, and that could bring about a potential for some mistakes.
Brilliant, brilliant shot.
Good support from Nsovo here tonight.
The style, the quality of his playing, the setups for his next ball, it's incredible today. It's like we're watching a different person from last week.
Yes. Big frame by Nsovo to extend the lead to 4-1, and I can tell you guys that those that are watching, it's not yet the end of the evening, as we have a matchup between Takalani Mareda and Natai Chetty loading, you know,
Natai
just
would
after
wanna-
this one, yeah.
Natai would want to do exactly what Nsovo is doing, redeeming himself.
And Takalani is a tough cookie, as
Very.
evidenced last week when he came up against world-traveled, well-experienced Shane Pillay.
If you are part of a pool club in Gauteng, then you welcome to contact the operations team and be part of the SPL. This is something that's definitely of a world-class standard,
Yes.
powered by Sombhani group of companies.
There we saw the break, a yellow ball, it's down. He's gonna examine the table. I think it's yellow balls on for Nsovo. He needs to put that one and come round past this black ball. And that's it. Potential for another finish. So the yellow to the right-hand side, center pocket, will be the one that edges him closer to the black ball.
And if it's a break and finish, he gets an extra point.
So we'll most possibly take this one down, and then the one yellow to the left-hand side corner, the right-hand side center pocket. So he will go corner, center, center, corner to come onto the black for the center. Pace is important. The right pace, the right execution, and the right approach.
You know, Prince, if you're commentating for me playing a game, I don't think you'll get any of these predictions right.
Yes.
I'm all over the place. I've been told by Poven and Vikesh this last week.
Yes. But you know what you'll realize, I started out the game as a referee.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And I got to learn a lot more just by being so close, because now you can be able to see how the players execute the different shots. And that gets your game to a better level a lot quicker.
I think you're too humble to be a referee, Prince. You're very calm.
All right. Now the difference here on this shot is Nsovo might need to pot to the left-hand side corner, but then move his wide ball to a point where he can be able to have a clear cut pot onto
center
the black.
pocket.
So he might just follow through with the right to stop by the red there, which is a likely shot, or come there. He did exactly that. I wonder how much space has he got from the cushion. It looks like he's got enough.
It's going to be a tough shot.
That's correct, Hope Sitwaba. It was Lucas Fenter that beat Nsovo last week. Another one from Nsovo.
And that's a break and finish as well.
A
Hey?
break and finish, yes. So that brings you an extra point.
An extra point.
Yeah. He is nodding to someone.
He's
So
saying to all the
ideally-
other players, I'm coming for you.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder what was going through his motions after that bad loss last week Clivey, because he seems to have worked on his emotional intelligence just after that.
Yeah, he psyched himself out because when I chatted to him as well, he said he's not really feeling sure of how he's going to play. Very happy that he's giving us a show.
Yes. Jesse Duran, Governor, as well as Sonia are following on the stream. Thank you, guys. Let's look at the replay of the break. We saw a red ball and a yellow ball being sank on this break here. Are we likely to see another apple?
It's definitely what he's gunning for. 17 minutes on the clock. It's a race to 9, Nsovo with 5, Nico with 1. Which is illustrative of the fact that anything can change in any week. They've got 8 weeks in total that they're going to be playing for the season.
Yes. So yes, this is the key determining shot towards this potential apple. So we call it in South Africa. The break and finish.
Good day at the office for Nsovo.
He was worried about the hold, as you can see. So Nicky has been presented with a chance to can be able to redeem himself.
And he's definitely going to take full advantage of it, knowing his style of play.
Yes.
Very confident player. Fearless.
Yes, it is a winner's break. A fair year, guys. There we see Nicky examining his potential landing for the last 2 balls. "15 minutes to go before we go into our last encounter of the evening, featuring Takalani Mareda, the man known as Vavenda, up against Natai, who is bringing youth exuberance, to this league.
Yeah, he's the youngest player in the league.
Here is the shot. Yeah, for
Great
a
shot.
second, he felt like that is going to happen.
Not going to go in.
There we've seen a magnificent pot on the black ball by Nico to get his tally to 2 against Nsovo's lead of 5 frames.
It's very possible that he could equalize. There is 15 minutes on the clock.
How many more frames you, the viewer, do you predict can still be played within this 15 minutes that's left? Let's get to chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Back in the day, I remember being so excited if my brother and I finished a frame in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Now watching, it's not that impressive.
That's a good one, Clive. What a break there. Dry break. Dry break there. Let's get to see how he went about it. This yellow by the center pocket for a second looked like it's gonna dip in. Now he needs to be able to play
Choosing yellow.
ball to ball there to land nice and softly. All right, now he's left with no choice but to put the one to the corner, left hand side corner there. Earlier on tonight, we witnessed Shane Pillay beat Alvin Naidu with a comprehensive and convincing scoreline. Alvin seems to be a little bit off the boil tonight, Clivey.
Yeah, his game has definitely not been as good as he would have liked it to be. That being said, he's been watching and supporting both Nsovo and Nico. And like I've mentioned a few times, all of these players do support each other in terms of taking this Supa Pro League to another level, which is what I love about the game.
You're watching the SPL, brought to you by Vision View TV, Cuesports Africa Media, as well as being powered by Sombhani Group of companies, alongside Nooks, the Dive Club, and Rogues on Radio.
50,000 Rand up for grabs to the winner.
He wants to pot and get a hold on the white here, that is Nsovo. What a shot. Using the ball by the center to give him a better hold. Then he can be able to take the center pocket ball, the corner pocket ball, the one closest to the red here. Does he want to pot and release here Nsovo? Let's see. Just a slight nick. That is the shot, Nsovo.
Brilliant shot.
Inch perfect shot by Nsovo Mathonsi.
Yeah, he's definitely going for his shots today. Playing with lots of confidence.
Interestingly, where he pots his very last ball, he needs his white right there to take the black onto the opposite corner. Or alternatively, he can be able to give himself a shot where he can land on the right hand side of the black to take it on the opposite corner. Yeah, it does look like he wants to be able to land right there. So he'll need to play a stun on that center pocket yellow.
Both players very skilled, champs in their own right.
There is what I predicted, that he will go the opposite corner for a much more open path.
Nsovo's looking for a 6-2 lead.
On the black. And it takes another frame. 6-2, the scoreline is to Bana Shilolo.
Nsovo, two-time South African champ, under 18 and under 23. Also former world under 23 number 1 ranked. World team under 23 champs and also former Opens SA number 1. What
a
an
shot
incredible
that
player.
was. Clivey did last ball, you know.
Great finish.
So it all comes with a plan, Clivey, because for a man that went down 6-0 last week, it's all about first winning, and then he will work himself into the frame situations in weeks to come.
Absolutely. Dry break by Nsovo.
Bruce Cilliers coming up with a suggestion, say, wouldn't it be nice that the time is stopped whilst the referee is racking up the balls? This is World Pool, Brucey, and the format has been set up, you know, with that in mind. An interesting suggestion, nevertheless.
Also, we've got the TV crew here as well. So, time does play a role.
He played too hard into the ball that he played just now, Nico. Otherwise, he was on for a potential finish. A foul that could land him in trouble.
It's not often that you see Nico flustered. But as he played that shot, if you looked at his facial expressions, he looked quite flustered, uncertain. I think he was worried about the clock as well.
Yes. We are edging closer to 7 minutes left. And yeah.
The biggest score in the league thus far has been 7.
6-0,
Has been
you know,
6.
6-0, you know, that was recorded by Lucas against Nsovo, the whitewash victory, yeah. I wonder what's going through, you know, the motions for Takalani and Natai landing on time and knowing that they're going to be playing the very last match of the evening, an 11 p.m. showdown.
Also, I must say the skill and level of playing this week has definitely improved.
Yeah, they're saying
last week.
Rossi is feeling the pressure. That's one of the comments coming up. As in Erasmus.
Nico.
Yeah. This is a massive frame when one considers the amount of time left.
I was making sure you're not talking about rugby there, Prince.
He set himself nicely for the attack, that is Nsovo. And he played a massive follow-through shot to come onto the bottom, 2 yellows. How is he planning to clear them up to be able to go to the top again? Screw back to come onto the 1 year. His landing is key. Let's see how Nsovo executes this shot over here.
Brilliant shot.
His angle. I think he wanted to come out on to the one that is there by the corner pocket. So now
Yeah,
he's been forced to take this dicey, or rather edgy, yellow. that's got potential to stifle him from a potential finish here.
Does have the red ball as safety for centre pocket.
But where do you bring about the hold? And he missed. So it's all in Nico's hands here for this particular frame here.
I don't know what you think, Prince, but if he went a bit harder at it, then he could have dropped
Both the
obviously,
balls,
eh?
yeah. Sometimes when you've got landing of that sort to go for, you know, doesn't make it easy for you. The name of the game pool is simplicity. What a shot. It needs to be played, the one that is on the left hand side. Right. Perfect. He can be able to play onto this one here, go past the black ball, and you will have perfect room for landing. What a shot.
Brilliant shot. I like the fact that he recovered in this game from a feeling of being flustered to
Yes.
playing with the confidence he's playing now. When you're in this
Made it
position,
a
it's
little
not
bit
easy.
too hard, Clivey.
I think he's on, eh?
Yeah. And earlier on, one
Brilliant.
of the viewers from Africa asked the question, which country is this? When we had Lucas playing against Aaron, was it perhaps giving a European or an American feel?
Nico feels, looking at much happier with himself.
There is what's been happening. 5-3 the scoreline. They both won. The match played 1-1. Frames won 9 and 6. You know, and fine lines between the two players. So this is still a lot to play for. I mean, considering that Nsovo is the one that needs the points the most. You know, after last week's annihilation.
Yeah, all of the Premier players had to do a playoff, and they have all earned their right to be part of this Supa Pro League Premier Division. These are some of the best players you're going to watch in
What a
South
shot
Africa.
by Nico there. So yeah, the worrying factor is not to move the black too far. Look at that shot.
Brilliant shot.
The question would be, why did he put aside all of these big shots till this last frame?
I think he had fewer opportunities, Prince. I think in Nsovo, his positioning was absolutely on point today.
And he misses that one day.
With just a minute to go.
Nsovo looking to wrap proceedings here. Potential exists still to finish this frame here.
38
So-
seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's the clock that's
Real biter.
yeah. And he needs the extra frame, and so
And it would be a record as well, Prince, because it would be, I think, most frames played thus far with the two matchups.
yeah. So 15 seconds and under.
Brilliant.
This could be a vital frame, you know, on Nsovo here. 4 seconds to go.
And
puts
he
it
gets
down.
it. Another record
7-3.
being broken.
So some nice
Brilliant.
aggregate to this, and
brilliant watching Nsovo celebrating his amazing win. 7 games to 3. And you can see taking a sip of water, feeling very, very, very relieved. At least the ref didn't have to be called into
All right,
action.
guys. A very, very
disallowing
good
that shot.
comeback by Nsovo. Nsovo, I'm sure you spent a lot of sleepless nights after last week, but you made up your mind that you want to do much better this week.
Exactly. I couldn't, as you said, I couldn't even sleep most of the nights. I'm thinking, what happened last week? So I had to come back and show what I can do. And yeah, hopefully people got a glimpse of what I can do. And yeah, it's just me enjoying pool, man, as I said before. So yeah, it's lovely to be here.
You had a couple of struggles. You're losing your cue, having to go back to a cue that you last used in 2014. Tell us about that.
Wow, it was, I think maybe it was just by God's grace because it seems like it's in the queue. That queue was just, it didn't work for me last week, but yeah, unfortunately, I broke my queue two nights back and I thought it was going to be a bit of a struggle, man. And I had to come here with this queue before and try and prepare with it and see what I can do with it. And it actually did produce magic, so I'm glad.
Well done, Nsovo. Looking forward to see you next week when you're going to bring in a much more improved and awesome performance again.
Yes, exactly. Just one day at a time, I'm putting in time, practicing, and it shows, and it will show even going forward. So hopefully better performance even next week. Thank you.
You've heard it from Nsovo Mathonsi saying, better performance next week. Let's get to hear from the loser tonight, that is Nicky Erasmus, and find out from him, Nicky, you got back here, same arena, nothing really changed and whatever, but it just did not roll for you tonight.
Yeah, I played a couple of good frames, but he played better on the end of the night. I made some mistakes, and yeah, that's the game, part of the game.
You had quite a number of unlucky landings here on rather easy finishes.
Yeah, some of the shots I ended up not exactly where I wanted to end up. And like that last ball I missed now, I think the side dragged it to the cushion first. So yeah, it's my part of the game, man.
Looking forward to see you next week and coming back, to give another stellar performance.
I can't wait to come back next week, definitely.
You've got to hear it from Nick Erasmus, who says, I'll come back next week much better and give out a better show. Thank you, Nicky. All right.